the artist's muse, the story of Christina's world. On a remote stretch of coast, shrouded in silence, there stood a farmhouse. It watched over the fields like a sentinel, weathered and still. The wind knew it, the gulls knew it, but few others ever came near. In that house lived a girl named Christina, the firstborn of 5 children. She was struck ill in her youth, and her legs became weak and withered, but her dreams carried her where her legs could not. As a child, Christina found joy in her lessons, though other children turned away from her crooked legs. But in the pages of her books, she wandered far from the farm, through enchanted forests, golden cities, and skies unbound by earthly things. Her teacher, Mrs. Crowley, saw the spark in Christina's words and encouraged her to become a teacher. But when Christina whispered this dream at home, her parents shook their heads. "The farm needs hands, not books," they said, and her dream of shaping young minds slipped away. As Christina grew into a young woman, a man named Walton came calling. He whispered of love in the glow of a winter hearth and sent letters laced with promises of forever. But one day the letter stopped and Walton's heart turned elsewhere, leaving Christina with another dream shattered. Years passed. Storms came and went. Siblings left. Friends left. But the house endured, and Christina with it. As her legs grew weaker still, she refused to let her spirit follow. She cast aside her wheelchair, and with arms strong as braided rope, she pulled herself where she wished to go. One summer, a stranger came, a young painter named Andrew, with eyes that saw beyond light and line. He wandered the hills and fields, quiet as a shadow, capturing things others could not see. Andrew owned the house next to Christina's farm. During his summers there, he often watched the solemn girl with far-away eyes. He saw her crippled legs, he saw her loneliness and sorrow, but he also saw the fire in her eyes and the beauty in her soul. And so he began to paint her. The cold winds came, and Andrew left, but when summer returned, so too did he. His fascination with Christina remained, and he continued to paint her. Many summers were spent this way, and the two became more than artist and muse. They became friends and confidants. One day, Andrew looked out his window and saw Christina crawling through the field with determination, head held high. As always, he was inspired by her and knew he must capture her quiet dignity. He laboured day and night, playing with colour, light and form, trying to capture her essence. He called the painting Christina's World, and when he showed it to her, her heart swelled, for at long last she felt truly seen. Though this was not what she had dreamt as a young girl, Christina recognised her legacy in the painting, and she was at peace. And so these many years later, the house remains quiet and steadfast on its windswept hill. Once overlooked, it has become a beacon of inspiration to people drawn by the spirit of a girl whose dreams live on, a reminder that even the quietest life can leave behind something eternal. The end. Christina's World is a 1948 painting by American artist Andrew Wyeth. It is one of the best-known American paintings of the mid-20th century. The woman in the painting is Anna Christina Olson. She was born the eldest of 5 children on a farm in Maine in 1893. As a child, she was stricken with a muscular disorder and became unable to walk. She disdained the use of a wheelchair and instead used her arms to pull herself through life. Wyeth owned a summer home next to the Olson farm and painted Anna Christina many times during the years between 1940 to 1968. He was inspired to create Christina's world after watching her crawl across a field between their 2 homes. The house depicted in the painting is a National Historic Landmark. It has been restored and is open to the public through the Farnsworth Art Museum in Cushing, Maine. Wyeth is buried with Christina's family in the nearby Olson family graveyard. To Christina Olson, her family's remote farm in a small coastal town in Maine was the centre of her world. Born in the home her family had owned for generations, she was stricken ill as a child and became wheelchair-bound. Christina dreamt of many things, but life had other plans for her. For over 2 decades, she was friend, confidant, and muse to the artist Andrew Wyeth. She became the subject of one of the best-known American paintings of the 20th century, Christina's World. Author Christina Kline weaves fact and fiction in a powerful novel that illuminates a little-known part of America's history, bringing into focus the flesh-and-blood person behind the portrait. She vividly imagines the life of a woman with a complicated relationship to her family and her past, and a special bond with one of our greatest modern artists. Told with emotional precision and haunting beauty, A Piece of the World is a meditation on the weight of life, the spark of creation, and the lasting legacy born when 2 souls, artist and muse, intertwine